Enabling onboard power.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us again. Sorry about that. We got so caught up in the flight profile and the perspectives from our NASA astronauts. We just caught the tail end there of the go no go poll. But I'm hearing that we're looking good for flight today. So let's get back into that flight profile, Gary, that you were telling us about here. Again, how are they getting up to space, over the Kármán line, the internationally recognized line of space, and then back down here to Earth in West Texas?
Okay, so T-0 is actually not the point of liftoff. It's when we send the command to start the engine. It lifts off about 7 seconds later. It will ascend for about 2.5 minutes and then shut off. It goes through what we call MECO, main engine cutoff. About 20 seconds after that, the capsule will separate, and that's when the fastened seatbelt light on their panels will turn off, and they'll be able to float around the capsule for 3 to 4 minutes. During that time, both vehicles are still ascending, and they will ascend above 100 kilometers. The Kármán line today, we're headed for about 105, 106 kilometers, and then start their descent. The capsule, the booster will actually re-enter first. It's more aerodynamic. Before it hits the atmosphere, it deploys wedge fins on top to stabilize it, and then uses those aft fins to steer back over the pad. Just over the pad, about 20,000 feet above, it deploys drag brakes to slow itself down, and then restarts its engines just seconds before hitting the ground to slow itself down to a soft landing. The landing legs will come out just seconds before.
అమెజాన్ అధినేత జెఫ్ బెజోస్ రోదస యాత్రకు సర్వం సిద్ధమైంది. స్వీయ సంస్థ బ్లూ ఆరిజన్కు చెందిన న్యూ షెపర్డ్ వ్యోమనౌకలో ఆయన నింగిలోకి కాసేపట్లో పయనమవ్వనున్నారు. రోదస పర్యాటకాన్ని ప్రోత్సహించే దిశగా ఈ యాత్ర సాగనుంది. చంద్రుడిపై మానవుడు తొలిసారిగా కాలు మోపిన రోజైన జూలై 20ని ఈ చారిత్రాత్మక యాత్ర కోసం బెజోస్ ఎంచుకున్నారు. ఆయన వెంట ప్రపంచంలోనే అత్యంత పెద్ద చిన్న వయసు వ్యోమగాములు కూడా రోదసిలోకి వెళ్తున్నారు.
Landing will occur on a cushion of air, which will fire just about 6 feet off the ground.
Fantastic, and you know, we've mentioned this before on previous webcasts that the dirt down here, it's like talcum powder. It goes everywhere, and so when we have that air cushion that fires, it really kicks up the dust. But again, they're coming in at just about 1 or 2 miles an hour. It's a really nice, soft landing. And again, Gary, we confirmed we are go for launch for first human flight on New Shepard. My goodness, I mean, you've been waiting for this day for 17 years since you joined Blue Origin. What are you feeling right now, Gary?
It's still hard to believe that it's actually here. I don't know if it's set in yet, but the main thing I'm feeling is I'm thinking about the entire team, past and present, the hundreds and hundreds of people that have worked on the New Shepard program, and what this must mean to them.
Absolutely. It's you know, we talked about the team here. It's a lean and mean team, obviously, but each one of those people has contributed so much to this program. It's again a special shout out to all of our Blue Origin team members watching around the world. Now, for the others that are watching around the world, if you want to experience space flight for yourself, if you want to do what Jeff and Mark and Wally and Oliver are doing today, and you're serious about it, send us an email at astronauts@blueorigin.com. We're open for ticket sales to send you all to space. What just an incredible, incredible day. And, you know, we're so lucky to have this particular crew on board today, Gary. And I feel like, you know, not only do we have this beautiful story about the Bezos brothers that are going up, and Wally and Oliver, soon to be the oldest and the youngest astronauts who have ever flown into space. Oliver, that's representing.
అంతరిక్షంలోకి మరో శ్రీమంతుడు ప్రవేశించబోతున్నారు. బుడిబుడి అడుగులు వేస్తున్న ఈ రంగానికి సంబంధించి ఈ నెలలోనే ఇది రెండో పెద్ద ఘట్టం. రోదసి యానం విషయంలో బిలియనీర్ల మధ్య పోటీ నెలకొన్న వేళ వర్జిన్ గెలాక్టిక్ సంస్థ వ్యవస్థాపకుడు రిచర్డ్ బ్రాన్సన్ ఇటీవలే విజయవంతంగా ఈ యాత్ర పూర్తి చేశారు. నిజానికి రోదసి యానం చేసే ఉద్దేశం తొలుత ఆయనకు లేదు. బెజోస్ తన యాత్ర గురించి ప్రకటన చేయగానే బ్రాన్సన్ ఈ నిర్ణయం తీసుకున్నారు. వ్యాపార ప్రత్యర్థి కన్నా ముందుండేందుకు ఈ నెల 11న యాత్ర చేపట్టారు. తద్వారా స్వీయ వ్యోమనౌకలో రోదసిలోకి వెళ్లొచ్చిన తొలి బిలియనీర్గా ఆయన గుర్తింపు పొందారు. ఈ నేపథ్యంలో బెజోస్ యాత్ర నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు.
That is just fantastic. And I can imagine, again, as you were building the system, Gary, as you were thinking about, okay, this is not just a 1 or 2 flight, operation with New Shepard. You've built it for a long-term program.
We've built it to continue indefinitely and to take hundreds and hundreds of astronauts in the future. We hope to be into the thousands soon.
And just think about that, right? There have only been about 560, 570 people that have ever been over the Kármán line, up 100 kilometers up over the internationally recognized line of space. And today we're going to add 4 more to that list, which is so cool.
Yes, and someday in the near future, we will be over 570 just on the New Shepard program.
సబార్బిటాల్ యాత్రల విషయంలో ప్రత్యర్థి సంస్థ కన్నా ఒక మెట్టు పైన ఉండేలా న్యూ షెపర్డ్ యాత్ర సాగనుంది. బ్రాన్సన్ సంస్థకు చెందిన యూనిటీ 22 వ్యోమనౌక నేల నుంచి సుమారు 88 కిలోమీటర్ల ఎత్తుకు చేరుకుంది. బెజోస్ వ్యోమనౌక మాత్రం 106 కిలోమీటర్ల ఎత్తుకు వెళ్తుంది. వాతావరణం దాటాక అంతరిక్షం ఎక్కడ మొదలవుతుందన్న దానిపై నిర్దిష్ట నిర్వచనమేమీ లేదు. అమెరికా ప్రమాణాల ప్రకారం చూస్తే 80 కిలోమీటర్ల ఎత్తులో అది మొదలవుతుంది. దీన్ని ప్రామాణికంగా చేసుకుని బ్రాన్సన్ 88 కిలోమీటర్ల ఎత్తులోకి వెళ్లొచ్చారు. అయితే ఫెడరేషన్ ఏరోనాటిక్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ FIA మాత్రం 100 కిలోమీటర్ల ఎత్తు తర్వాత అంతరిక్షం మొదలవుతుందని నిర్వచించింది. ఈ నేపథ్యంలోనే తమ అంతరిక్ష యాత్రపై ఎలాంటి సందిగ్ధతకు తావు లేకుండా చూసేందుకు 100 కిలోమీటర్లను దాటి వెళ్లనున్నట్లు బ్లూ ఆరిజాన్ పేర్కొంది. న్యూ షెపర్డ్ పూర్తిగా స్వయంచోదిత వ్యోమనౌక, అందువల్ల పైలట్లు అవసరం ఉండదు.
Spooling up, which will wiggle the engine gimbal as well as the aft fins. They're not only wiggling those surfaces, but they're making sure that there's no stiction and they travel smoothly.
Fantastic. And again, we are waiting to see that. You'll be able to see, as Gary said, you don't get to see all of those last-minute checks, but we certainly get to see the aft fins. As Gary mentioned, those are the fins at the base of the vehicle. There are 4 of those. Obviously, they help direct the rocket both up and down. And then the engine will gimbal. That is our BE3 engine, the Blue Engine 3. 110,000 pounds of thrust. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen are what are the propellants in the engine. It's not only a powerful and also throttleable engine. I'll talk about the throttleability just here for a second. We throttle the engine back as it comes back to land. And that's what creates a nice soft landing, because as it comes in, of course, it's not filled with all the propellant that it had on the way back up. So if we throttle it back, kind of like an airplane, it comes in for a nice, soft landing. And, what a trip to space and back. Again, this vehicle, we've had 15 successful flights on. Again, we're looking forward to this 16th one, of course, a very special one with people on board today. T-2 minutes. There we go.
Bridge is retracting.
The bridge is retracting. There's Oliver on the left, Jeff Bezos on the right. We are about to go to space, everybody.
We are in auto sequence.
Next, you'll feel the steering test and the engine gimbal test. The rocket may move under the
Ariane, when that engine gimbal check occurs and that engine swings, they should actually be able to feel it in the cabin, because it'll sway the stack back and forth.
There go the aft fin checks. There you see the engine gimbal check just peeking out at the base of the rocket. All right, here we go, everybody. Thousands of people contributed years to this historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Origin's first human flight. Godspeed, first crew of New Shepard. Let's light this candle.
T-minus 16, guidance internal. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1. Ignition. We have liftoff. Shepard cleared the tower.
And New Shepard has cleared the tower on our way to space with our first human crew. Go, Jeff. Go, Mark. Go, Wally. Go, Oliver. You are going to space. Oh my goodness, listen to the roar of the BE-3 engine. We are just about to pass through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That was when the stresses on the vehicle are at their maximum.
Max Q.
Max Q is confirmed. Beautiful burn on that BE-3 engine. Liquid hydrogen.
Mach 1.
And liquid oxygen as the propellant. It's a nice, not just clean in terms of beautifully performing, but what comes out of it, it's steam, right? Whew! To see the glow of the engine underneath the rocket, just under our shoulders, and to know that we've got a crew that is going to space, it just feels different, doesn't it, Gary?
It is totally different.
All right, you can follow along, of course, the speedometer in the bottom left, the altimeter in the middle of the screen there. So far appears to be a nominal flight. All right, coming up here on MECO, main engine cutoff. That will be followed shortly by separation, and at that point, after separation, we're gonna let the astronauts unbuckle and take in the freedoms of zero G. There is MECO, main engine cutoff. A beautiful shot down the New Shepard rocket. Look at that view. Unreal. Awaiting separation here. And here we are. You can start to see, stand by. You're going to see the separation of the capsule from the booster itself.
So you have to look out the window. Holy kid God. Oh, wow. Don't forget to get upside down.
And there we go. Our astronauts have passed the Kármán line at about 328,000 feet, continuing their ascent. You see the two vehicles there. When the speed hits 0, you know that they've hit apogee, their maximum altitude, and you hear they're having quite an experience.
All my instincts are fine. Okay, I'm gonna start back. Okay. Yep. Got it. Yeah, you just have to wait for it. Who wants a Skittle? Oh, yeah. Yeah! Well done! Here, toss it.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Go! Oh, sorry. Let's try again. Awesome. So good. Yep.
Get that one?
Got it. Now you just have to work on this show. Let's see if I can see the boot. Yeah. A little bit. I cannot. Oh, wow. You got to take a moment to do that. Okay, get in. We got to get in. Look at the roll.
Oh, fantastic. Look at this. It's dark up here.
Oh, wow.
2,000 miles an hour.
Everybody in?
First step, status check. Astronaut Oliver.
Oh, my word.
Oh, wow.
Let's go more.
Oliver, status check. Oh, sorry.
Blue Control, Oliver, status perfect. In seat.
Copy, Astronaut Wally.
Wally.
Blue Control, Wally is in seat.
Copy, Astronaut Demo.
Astronaut demo in my seat.
Copy, Astronaut Bezos. Copy.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us live for our first UN flight on New Shepard. So far, a nominal flight. Our booster is about to return to its landing pad. There we see engine relight. The sonic boom. And booster touchdown, welcome back, New Shepard. A beautiful rocket that provided a beautiful flight to space.
First step, your booster has landed.
Booster landed.